Welcome to another unboxing of the Zipbox by Ziptac. But Brad, this already looks unboxed. What's going on? Yeah, sorry. I was recording and I don't know what happened, but my phone just shut off. Checked the battery. It had like 80% power left. I don't know what happened. I've lost everything. Having to start from scratch. Really sorry about that. So let's just... before I get started... not happy with Australia Post. It arrived, ripped, torn. It's gone through hell. Oh, sorry. It's gone to hell and back. It came with this big tear. Come on, Australia Post. You're charging more and more and you're offering less and less and worse service. Get your act together, son. All right. I digress. So, as I said, this is the Zipbox for October. I think I said October. Might have said September. I think I said October. So if you want to read that, pause the video. And that's what's in this month's box. So we'll start with the basic box. The first thing we have is a Bob Cooper snake bite kit. Which is it right there. This is a great piece of kit to have. I actually did a Bob Cooper survival course. I think it was a 2-day course, maybe a 3-day course a few years back. It was a gift for my 30th birthday. So I spent a few days with Bob. Really nice guy, full of information and more than happy to spread that information. Even if you just send him a message on Facebook on his page, he's always happy to help. But it's not just good enough to have this piece of gear in your backpack. You need to know how to use it. It is imperative you know how to use it. There should be... instructions. There's your 3 compression bandages. There it is. So there's the instructions on how to use it. It is really important that you know how to use it. Having it in your backpack is great, but it's more important you know how to use it. Now, I already have one of these, which I got on the course. But to have a second one is great because I'm in the process of buying a farm with my fiance and we have brown snakes galore around here. So it'd be great to have one in the tractor and also in the car. A little tip, if you do ever need to use this, on the outside of the bandage once it's been applied, just write the approximate time of the bite and also circle where the bite is and the rough size of any redness or swelling. So that way when you get to the hospital, the doctor or the ambulance arrives, they can see how fast it's traveling. And also don't clean or wipe the bite site. They might need to take a swab to figure out exactly what it is that has bitten you. So I'm really happy with that one. Pop that to the side. Next thing. Backcountry cuisine. I love these freeze-dried backcountry cuisines. I love them so much. I'm in the process of shooting a series of videos that they're in-depth reviews showing how to cook them. I'll obviously try them and give you an in-depth review on what I think they taste like, how they feel in mouth, the texture, how long they take to cook, any improvements that I think they could make. Because I could find a few videos, but not a whole lot on them. I've tried maybe half a dozen and I've loved them all. I've not been let down yet. I did pull some of these out for the last video I attempted to shoot. Bear with me 1 second. I might cast a shadow. So these are the ones I've not yet reviewed, but they will be coming up. So we've got roast chicken. There's a beef stroganoff under there. Honey soy chicken. Mexican chicken. Beef pasta and hot pot. I love a beef pasta and hot pot, so I'm pretty excited about that one. I don't have the nasi goreng yet, so I'm really happy that one's in here. I haven't tried it. Pop him to the side. These are great to chuck in your backpack if you're going camping or on a hike. They take up stuffle room. See how flat that packs? Incredibly light. It only weighs, I want to say maybe 100 grams-ish, thereabouts, maybe. I don't know. Could be talking up my ass. They don't take much to cook. Just add a bit of boiling water and some thyme. And what is great about these, there's a little gusset on the bottom when you open it up. So it'll sit flat, like that. You tear it across the top, put your water in and you seal it. But this is quite a large space, so you're trying to dig your fork or your spoon in. And it can be a bit messy and a bit difficult to get to the bottom. Just get that all to settle. What a lot of people don't know is there's little tear marks halfway down. So once it's all made, you tear it across there. it halves the size just about. Open your gusset up, and you've got yourself a fancy pants little bowl. How good's that? Makes it nice and easy to eat. You don't have to sit there holding it. If it's hot in your hands, you don't want to burn yourself while you're holding it, so you can sit it down. So there's a handy little design feature. Pop that bad boy to the side. Up next, a button compass. There we are. This is a little button compass. We'll take him out. Chuck that bag to the side. So there we go. Little button compass never goes astray. I can confirm that is accurate because I do know west behind me is actually west. It's where the sun sets. So it is imperative to have these level for them to work properly. And you can do that by that little bubble, making sure that's in the center. Now, I don't know anything about this. I did buy a whole bunch of these on eBay. I got a couple of G-Shocks, and you can feed them onto the watch band, so you've got a compass on you at all times. After a couple of months in the sun, I don't know if that's an oil or an alcohol or what that is, it started turning yellow, and it made it almost impossible to see. They were just cheap and nasty off eBay, so I'm really, really hoping that this is not the case with this bad boy. Although, being a product from Ziptac, probably going to be good quality. I got to say, everything that Julie seems to sell, I seem to be a fan of. Good quality gear. Alrighty-o, up next, all-weather notebook. Fold him up. The Snugpak all-weather notebook. Don't have one of these. So we've got lines and grid if you want to draw a diagram or, I don't know, sketch up how you want to set up your campsite. I don't know. Do what you want. I'm not your boss. I don't own you. Write what you want. So we've got, I don't know how many pages in there. Maybe 100 pages? Don't know. Oh, what's this? Oh, conversion chart. These are great. Why? Because on the right side, we have the correct scale. This is crap. Sorry, Americans, imperial is nonsense. See, this makes sense. 0 degrees, water freezes. 100 degrees, water boils. That just makes sense. What's this nonsense? 32 degrees is frozen? Come on. Get with the times. This is cool. I'll be chucking this in my backpack for sure. Nicely done, Dewey. Nicely done. All right, the last thing in the basic box is the Gas Monkey folding knife. Now, gonna be honest here, never heard of Gas Monkey. I don't know anything about it. I do know it looks badass though. It's a black stonewash finish. This almost looks like fish scales to me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a particular name. They have a particular name for it. I like it a lot. It feels smooth, but there's enough texturing where it does offer plenty of grip. The jimping on the top of the blade there is very aggressive. There's not a whole lot of it. If we're going to focus, please focus. Thank you for focusing. There's not a whole lot of it, but it is quite aggressive. So you can choke up nice and high on that, and your thumb isn't going to slip off. It is a frame lock, which is cool. Speaking of lock, that lockup is perfect. There is no blade play up or down or left or right. Might look like it, but that's just my hands moving. It is rock solid. Not ambidextrous. It's only got the thumb stud on the one side, which being a righty suits me just fine. Sucks to be you lefties, but it is what it is. I'm sure you're used to it by now. Now, the thing I think I like most about this, apart from the fact it's a small blade, because I'm quite partial to small blades, it has a deep carry clip. I love a good deep carry clip. So it just disappears into your pocket. It has a little bit of weight for such a small blade, but when it's in your pocket, it's not so much weight that it bounces around and it's noticeable. I put it in my pocket before when I was recording the last attempt at this video before it shit itself and walked around the room, and it just disappears. You don't even notice it's there. Which when you have a little blade like this, that's what you want. Let's be honest. You want it to disappear in your pocket. So I'm loving this one a lot. Don't know anything about it. I haven't had a read up on it. I couldn't tell you the steel. Sorry. It feels like it's decent quality. As I said, the lock-up's perfect. It's nice and easy to release. It's not super tight. The last Schrade knife I had from the Zipbox, I seem to be the only one. I spoke to a few guys who bought the box and they had no issues with it. But my Schrade had a really ridiculously tight lockup. And it actually hurt your thumb trying to release it. But not with this bad boy. Love it. So that's it for the basic content. The basic box. Up next is the original. The first thing, Pathfinder. I love me some Pathfinder gear. I already have a Pathfinder bottle and nesting cup, which I actually won in a giveaway, I want to say 2 months ago from Ziptac, which is it just there. It is really high quality gear. I've used it a few times. I haven't cooked in it yet. That'll be coming up shortly. I'll be going camping in the next couple of weeks, which I'll be using it to cook in. Now, it does come normally wrapped in all the plastic, but I opened it in the last recording of this video, so it's all been unpacked. But this is the lid. If I can lift that up. So this has a nice little lock up there. We have holes here if you wanted to strain. I don't know if you're boiling something, you want to strain the water out. Now these slots are for a fish mouth spreader or a pot hanger, which I do have right here. I've had one for a number of years. It just looks like that. I'll show you in a second how that works with this setup. This here is the bottle. I think it's 62 ounce, 32 ounce, sorry, my mistake. 64 I was thinking. A 32 ounce, which is near bang on a litre from memory. Actually, let's see if the conversion is in this. No. No, it's not. Anyway, I think 32 ounce is near bang on a litre. Which, what's great about that is all the water purifications are either in 32 ounce or a litre because they're pretty much the same. From memory, I think that's how it works. So if you've got water purification tablets, you know when you fill it up, you know how much water you've got. I'll grab the wrong bottle. This is my bottle I already had. What I do is I keep a spork in there. It's a Cedar Summit spork. If we want to focus. No, that's okay. So I keep the spork in there, so if I'm out and about and I've got one of these I'm having, I don't get to it and go, oh damn it, I left my spoon at home. There's always one in there. Another thing I've done, sorry, this is the one that came in the box. Another thing I've done with this cup, if you were to cook in it, how do you wash it out? I got myself a scourer and cut it in a circle. So when you pop your bottle in there, get my thumb out of the way, my finger out of the way, it still nests nicely, but there's something in the bottom to clean it with, which I think is a pretty cool idea. Haven't tried it yet. I can't see how it wouldn't work, but it is what it is. All right, so the fish mouth spreader. You can use it, pop it in these holes, and you can hang it above a fire to boil. The slots in the lid line up with those holes. So just like that. So you can boil it with the lid on, or you can cook with the lid on. You can also boil water in the bottle. Grab the right one. I've got two of these now. You just pinch these together, pop it in the bottle, and let go. And there we are. It grabs the inside, and you're able to boil up to a litre of water over an open fire. As I said, I've had these for years. I know you can buy them from Ziptac. They're not too much. I think you might get them for $10, $12. It's not much. They're really handy to have. So if you do have this set, I highly recommend getting onto Ziptac's website and picking one up from there. Right, pop this just out of the way. And my other one. pop this bad boy over there. All right, up next, UST Knot tying instruction cards, which is this just here. For anyone who spends any amount of time, out bush, this is going to be really handy. They're little reference cards for a vast assortment of knots, bends, and hitches. Double-sided with quite clear instructions. To be honest, this is probably not something that I'd need to use. I did serve for a little bit in the Navy, and I learnt all these as part of my training, and I still do use them quite regularly. But for the average Joe who hasn't had that sort of experience or doesn't get out as much as they'd like, this is handy to have in your bag. I do have a series of videos coming up covering knots. I'm shooting one probably this afternoon showing one of the best knots I've found for setting up a tarp shelter. I wonder if it's in here. The bowline does make an appearance. I do use that one regularly. That's probably one of the most handy ones to know. Prusik. Maybe it's not here. Trucker's hitch. That's a great one to know. Oh, there you go. The Prusik hitch, also known as the Prusik knot or the Prusik loop, is great if you're setting up a shelter. So if you do get hold of one of these, great to have in your bag, but also really good to learn so you don't need to reference it all the time. They're not that hard to learn and to remember if you go over them a few times. These instructions are really simple and easy to follow. So yeah, if you've got nothing to do on a Sunday arvo, spend a bit of time learning these. That's really cool. I like that a lot. And that's it for the original. The last one is the Pro. Now, I don't have this. Oh, stickers. I didn't see this before. There's the Ziptac business card. And he changed the design. This is the one we got last month. And now we have a fancy pants square one. Not straight to the pool room, but they'll go straight to the gun safe, I think. Whack them on the gun safe. We'll see if I can colour my gun safe black and green, shall we? Yeah, so the last item in the Pro box is this. I don't have this, but I was 2 minutes away from ordering it a few weeks ago. It is a knife by Real Steel. It is the connector, which is a neck knife. It's slightly larger than, say, the CRKT Minimalist. Pop that there. Now, there are two versions of this. This here is the drop point, but also comes in a Warncliffe. It's made of D2 steel, as you can see there. Yes, there we go. Black G10 scales. There's a little lanyard hole right there, if we're going to focus, yes. It's a very slim profile. Very slim profile. It melts into the hand. I'm a big fan of small blades, and I love the design of this. I love how thin it is. It just melts into the hand. The jimping, focus, please. There we go. Plenty of jimping. Not super aggressive. It'd be nice if it was perhaps, oh, that's a bit more aggressive. But it would be nice if it was a little bit more aggressive. I can still slide along that quite easily. But to be honest, I don't think it's really going to matter too much. There's enough grip there where I don't see myself slipping off it. It is designed and made in China. I know Chinese knives have a bit of a bad reputation, but when I was looking at buying one of these, all the reviews seemed to be relatively positive. There was a couple of issues with quality control with the fit and finish, but looking at this looks bang on the money. What's that there? What is that? I don't know what that is. The fit and finish looks pretty damn good to me. Yeah, Chinese knives, they do have a bit of a bad reputation. I don't necessarily think it's always deserved. Yeah, I know some of the stuff you get on eBay, the really cheap knives from China, you get what you pay for. I think it was about $60-something when I was looking at this a few weeks back, or a month ago, whenever it was. Oh, how much is it? Oh no, 90. Maybe I was wrong. I looked at a few. Also looked at the Boca Gnome, which is a goofy looking little blade. Little short stubby thing. I looked at a few of them. I really like the look of this. I ended up going with the Minimalist. I bought another Minimalist. So I'm really happy to find this in the box. Now, the last few weeks, Dewey's been teasing that this box is jam-packed. And I gotta say, you certainly didn't disappoint. There is no packaging in this. There's no, like, that's it. Dewey, you've outdone yourself. Super happy with this one. Thanks for watching, guys. Please feel free to subscribe. I'll be back at you again shortly with more content. Cheers, guys.